Let's keep this quick and precise. Look at these charts, at least on a 3-day or a weekly chart. Here you get the clear idea to act upon. You get to see the market showing you signs of which direction it is about to go. Now, watch Bitcoin on a 3-day chart. What do you see? The probability of a bounce. Yeah, you can still go up, but what's the trouble? The weekly chart is showing you I'm pushing to the downside. So the higher time frame structure gives you an idea, and the RSI is at a panic level. Watch, if the RSI breaks this, historically, what have you done in price? What percent did you drop? This is going to be a hard question. This is going to be a tough call. You'll have to look at a lot of these different assets and look at XRP. Give it what you like, but don't misunderstand what the weekly chart is trying to illustrate. Last few times when the exact same happened, you know what the price action was doing. Now it's time to act. We are looking at the market, understanding the market, discussing the market, making sure we know what we are looking at. Say this is one of the asset on a weekly. We see a structure here. We understand what it did. Fine, we come to the next market cycle. We see a structure here and we understand what it did. Okay, we come to the next market cycle here. Do you see something here? Do you understand something here? This is what history does to you. It gives you the lesson to understand where exactly you are, what exactly the market is doing, and what the odds look like. This is where you need to be disciplined and have an enormous amount of patience. Yeah. And if you haven't hit that like button or dropped any comments yet, please do that and support me. Now, let's come on to these assets and look at where we are now. The Bitcoin dominance didn't start dropping like a stone yet. We would all like to see that, but as of now, you're still inside this bull flag. You're doing this choppy poppy thing. You haven't broken that region. Once you do, that's great. Now, pick up XRP on a weekly and ask yourself what you're watching. The MACD saying, I'm crossing to the downside unless there is a magical swing to the upside. RSI is already saying I'm pushing to the downside. I'm at 59. Now, this is all happening at a time where the Bitcoin market is showing you I'm pushing to the downside. And it's at 50 on a weekly. Why does that matter? Because we all understand a capitulation in Bitcoin means a capitulation in alt market as well. So it can be really painful to watch these assets unless you know where you're buying. Now, watch the first time in here. You have the RSI on a weekly for Bitcoin reaching that region. What region? 53 to 50. The very next candle dropped. How much did it drop? 17%. Okay, not that scary. Let me come back up here. You're watching this. When it dropped, how much did you drop? So this is all in this cycle, 17%. Okay, so you kind of get an idea of that. Now you go back to the last cycle to see how much you dropped and where that happened. After negative divergence, if you're comparing it with, you'll have to compare it with these times where you conveyed a negative divergence. Yeah. There it was a 37% drop. Fine. You go back. You're looking for the previous negative divergence. Price going up, RSI not. Yeah. And after that, when you did that, you put the line, you see where you reached at that point just below that. And the very next candle, the very next weekly candle dropped 22%. So you understand, like, okay, there is a clear odds in the market showing you around 20 to 25% is a basic odds in the market. And that's what? $70,000. So the market is going to be choppy. It is going to be volatile. Short term, there should be some micro bounce to attract retail in and then to flush them to the downside. Yeah, think about it. Right now, you're watching this trend line. If the price action come back down to that trend line, a lot of people will be in panic because they were buying close to these highs and they decided they are not selling. Now, pick XRP in that matter. You're looking at XRP on a weekly, right? Now, the weekly closing like this or anywhere below 2.9 shows you I'm forming a swing low. A lower high historically in XRP after trending up, bursting higher, meant what? Yeah, there is times where you have done lower high, but then failed to put in a lower low below the moving average and you bounced. Good, good. You see that. Now watch, did you have negative divergence till that point? You did not. You had hidden divergence, but you did not have a bearish or a negative divergence. Now, watch where the RSI was at that time. That gives you some idea, right? The short-term charts showing you there is a possibility that I can go back up to test this is there. Now, don't get confused. Short-term narrative versus the macro narrative is always different. If the total market is showing you I'm going down, the short-term bounces will be used by the whales to sell. So you have a 3-day chart showing you attempted to go up but got shorted, sold out. You are on a weekly saying I am making a bullish candle. Yeah? No, it's the exact opposite. The majority would like to tell you that this is the bullish candle you would like to have in the market, but the truth is just the opposite. This is the bearish candle on a weekly if it happens to close like this. The 3-day candle close, which we just got, is showing you I'm below a resistance. I would like to break it. I'm trying to do that, but I have not done that yet. So you break into that 3-day candle. This is the daily. Now, the daily is saying, watch guys, I've put in a local swing high, which is a higher high, but I actually made a lower low before. So if you come up and do this, putting in a lower high again, watch if it is going to put in a lower low. Because if it does, lower high and lower low is kind of done. It's a done deal at that time. Right now, you're still debating, you're still trying to move around on a daily, but not on a macro chart though. If you're on a macro chart, you're like, I'm fine, I'm doing just good. Yeah, I took profit, I'm doing just good. Watch a monthly candle. If the whales would like to trap people, what would they do? They'll show you this is the top and then slowly pull them up, attracting them back in the market, invalidate them or kick them out. And then if they want to push it up, they will push it back up. How would you know? How can you understand? Look at the Bitcoin dominance. Now, if you're a short-term guy asking questions, use a 4 to 12 hour chart of Bitcoin dominance. Yeah, don't get confused with the short-term and long-term updates. Long-term shows for a lot of assets we've made the top. Short-term shows the current drop has been too big, so I need a retracement. I need to push back higher. Yeah, so micro, you will watch these assets going back up a bit and then reaching the resistance. Now, pick one of the assets which is going up for the time. Yeah. On a weekly, what do you see? This is what is crazy actually. The price, now think about it, the price came back to almost same level, but the RSI dropped like a stone. Does that sound good to you? Someone big used that rally to sell. That rally came in when you had the thought process of US crypto reserve and Cardano in. So who sold it at that point? What do they know? This is the trouble. Now we go on a monthly. You're like, okay, I've done my consolidation. I've found a bottom. I'm trying to go back up. This is what I say, always watch the higher time frame structure. On a monthly, you really don't have a negative divergence. On a weekly, you formed a long-term negative divergence, which is kind of getting invalidated if you break through this range. But as of now, you're still consolidating in this region. The primary base you have to understand is this. You had an accumulation, you broke higher, you are in reaccumulation, which is why you look at this asset on the short term and on ultra long term says, if I want to hold it on, fine, I will. That's okay. But the troubling part comes in way. This is where you need to take the right decision. You look at the total crypto market. If the total crypto market says, I need to go back down, I need to find a support, will you bet against it or for it? The total altcoin market now is below 50 in the RSI on a weekly. Make it what you want, but historically speaking, when it is below 50, what have you seen? The final leg, the capitulation. Once in 2024, you go back, you see what happened in here. 2023, same. You go into 2022, same. Yeah, you go into 2021, almost exactly same. Now the argument is yours. The ball is in your court. You need to identify this, which direction you have to hit that ball. Whenever the price shows I'm holding on to a support and RSI shows I'm breaking 50, 50 is the neutral point in RSI. Above 50, when you go up, buyers are increasing or buyers are decreasing. Below 50, when you go down, sellers are increasing. If it's going up within that negative territory, it shows you sellers are reducing. Right now, when it is going below that, what do you make of it? Now go on a monthly. This is where the red flag is. Monthly negative divergence. This I see comments in the YouTube section asking like, okay, you're saying market is topping out, but you're not saying not all assets are topping out. Yeah, it is true, because the market here shows the majority are topping off for wave. Yeah, the wave cycle is kind of over because you have negative divergence on a monthly. But few assets shows I haven't done my time. So any retracement in this market is going to allow me to do my run. We got the exact same thing in 2021. Yeah. So believe the market and what it shows you and act upon it. If you want to make sure you get the right information at the right time and get to discuss with 1,600 members, be a part of the Scientific Investor family, get all of these charts at the right time to get the right ideas. Yeah, use the link in the description below and jump in. If you haven't smashed the like button yet and dropped any comments, I will request you, if you're here, you're subscribed to this channel, please do me a favor. Drop some comments, hit that like button. I'll meet you guys on the next video. Bye for now.